evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Cece and welcome back to a new video. See, if you're coming here for like the, I don't know, say 10th time, 5th time, 2nd time, you've been here before, just do us a favor, subscribe and join the family. Like, I'm trying to understand what exactly is holding you from doing it. So yes, if you are coming here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and join the family. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me kind of situation. So I'm going to be styling this hair you guys see me wearing here today, and I'm also going to be doing my makeup on camera for the first time on my channel. So finally, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey guys, voiceover CC here. So we're going to start by styling the hair. You see me loosening the hair, and my hair is definitely not all 4C. I think I am a 4A in front and a little mix of 4C and 4B at the back. So first thing I like to do is basically just partition the front part of my hair that I want to form into my center part. For this style, I'm just going to twist it and get it out of the way. You can always use a pin if that's what works for you. And then I'm going to try and make like a puff at the back. I like to use a thread. You can use whatever way, anyhow you try to make your afro or your fro. But this is how I make mine. I basically just hold my hair at the back, use the thread, and then make my fro. And when I'm done, I tie at the back and just loosen what I've tied to make the fro, and I just stretch it out. Basically, does it even make any sense the way I'm saying it? But I really hope you guys, by seeing what I'm doing, understand what I'm talking about. Next, I'm going to loosen the little twist I've done in front, and I'm just going to part my hair in the center. I want the part to be a really deep part, and I'm not really a big fan of putting so much product on your hair. I'm not a big fan of putting gel on your hair. So what I do is I take this center part that I have done and try to stretch it to tuck into the thread I have already done at the back. And I do the thing for both sides. As you can see, I did add a little bit of gel, but it's barely there and the hair still looks natural and you don't have to like have so much product on your hair. Next, I'm going to use my Gorilla Snot Gel and attempt to do baby hair. You guys have to laugh at your woman crotch because, guy, I cannot make baby hairs to save the day. As usual and as expected, I'm going to be tying my edges with a scarf just so that it sets. Now let's get into the makeup. First things first, I'm going to be using my moisturizer from The Ordinary, and I'm just going to use this in a considerable amount all over my face. Next, I'm going to be using my matte setting spray. I love to do this right next after moisturizing. I use my LA Girl Pro Setting Matte Spray. I really hope I said it well. Of course, everything is going to be in the description box so that you can always check the name of the products and what exactly I'm using. Next, I'm just going to use my primer from Mary Kay in the same way all over my face. But I did let the matte setting spray set on my face for a few minutes. Next, this hack I'm showing you guys right now is the hack to making your makeup last all day, especially if you have like really oily skin like myself. I always do the powder before foundation routine, and I always use my RCMA no color translucent setting powder right before I go in with my foundation. And for my foundation today, I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay foundation, and this foundation honestly is a little bit too yellow for me. The undertone is really off, but of course, me being the video that I am, I'm actually going to be able to make it work by the time I do contouring and highlighting and all that good stuff. So yes, next we're going to go in with our concealer. I always use this right under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow. I even use it on my brows sometimes. Basically, if you follow what exactly I'm doing, you should be able to recreate this part of the tutorial. And let's debunk the myth that you have to use so much concealer before it actually works. I believe in layering. You have to like use the first layer, and then when you feel like, oh, I still need a little bit of more coverage here, more coverage there, then you add more instead of trying to put in so much product at once. That will only serve to make your makeup to crack within the day, and you don't want that at all, honey. Next, I like to fake my contour, and I'm going to explain what I mean. I do not go crazy with lots of products in the name of contouring. So this is the way I actually fake my contour. Just watch. I think it's a very pretty easy process, especially if you have to rush out and you have to do your makeup. This really works. Next, I use a damp beauty blender. Guys, I have seen people use beauty blender straight out of their makeup bags, and I'm like, that will not work. You literally have to dip the beauty blender in water or put it under running water and then squeeze out the excess before you use it to blend out anything at all. So guys, once you do that, trust me, you will definitely see an improvement in your blending. Next, I go in again with my RCMA no color setting powder. I do use a lot, I must confess, and I use it just to set the concealer in my under eyes right before I go in with a powder, and I use the powder in my shade. Next, I'm going to be contouring. And you guys, I also love to use the contour from a powder palette, not those ones that really come in contour kits. And I use the powder because I like the fact that it just sits well into your skin. And as you guys can see, I am blending in upward motions. You do not want to blend your contour downwards, you guys. Make sure that you are blending upwards. I also go over my forehead at the very close to my hairline because I do have a big forehead and I'm really trying to make it look smaller. Okay? Next, I go into more setting powder, and for this I'm using the Beauty by AD loose setting powder in the shade Tawny, and I use this right under my eyes, exactly where I put my RCMA setting powder. But this time, unlike the usual where I would normally brush off, I am usually pressing the powder into my skin. I do that for every other place that I also use concealer. So I use it to clean out my contour. I use it on over the bridge of my nose. I use it on the place where I highlighted on my forehead. Basically, just setting all of that in. And like I said, I am not brushing it off with a powder. I am pardon me. I am pressing that powder into my skin with my already damp beauty blender, which I already used to work on my face. And honestly, you guys, since I started doing this, my makeup started lasting forever. So you guys are going to thank me later. Next, I'm going to use my powder brush now and just go all over my face. So basically, I'm pressing my powder into my face and not brushing it off, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm going to use a primer over the lid of my eyes. I did do my brows off camera, and I also applied a little bit of blush. I feel everybody right by this time knows how to draw their brows. But if you guys want a brow tutorial from me for how I draw my brows, then let me know in the comment section and I'll be doing that for you. So I'm going to use a primer all over my lid. This will change your eyeshadow game. If you are in 2020 and you're not yet using a primer, I don't know what you're doing, in all honesty. Then I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with a bronzy red shade. And watch how, guys, I'm using this in my crease and I am going in circular motion. Watch exactly how I blend this in, because this is what to make or mar your eyeshadow game. You don't want to be using a different brush. You want to use a fluffy brush and you want to go in circular motions slowly, and then slowly build it up. Circular motions just like that on your crease, and that would definitely blend out your eyeshadow like a pro. Trust me, girl, you don't want to use so much product. Take it one step at a time, layer it, and blend in circular motions. You don't want to hurry this part. You want to take it as softly as possible, as easy as possible. Take your time to blend. Do not let tutorials make you feel like, oh, you can blend in 2 seconds, because all of that is edited work. And in all actuality, the person who is actually doing the look took their time to do a lot of blending. That is why I specifically left this part almost the way it was, so you can see that I did go in a lot of times to make sure that the edges were blended, the crease color was blended, and everything looks really good. Next, I'm going to go in with this brown smoky eyeshadow from the same palette, and I'm going to use it all over where the primer is. And if you notice, this time I am patting on top of my lids. I am not going in circular motions. I am not dragging. I'm literally patting in the eyeshadow on top of my lids, and this is what is going to form the main color for this look. I'm going for a brown smoky eye look, very sultry, very simple, very sexy. And right after that, I did go back into the palette and pick up that red color again and just blended the two edges together, so that when you look at my eyes, you can see a transition from the crease color into the lid color without it looking patchy or not put together. And I'm going in circular motions again this time, just to blend the two colors and make them look like one. Next, I'm going in with mascara for my lower lashes. You guys, once you start to do this step, you cannot go back, because it takes your eyeshadow game from 0 to 100, trust me. And then I'm going to wear dramatic lashes, and I'm going to tell you that the way you pick your lashes can make or mar you. If you pick lashes that fit your eye shape, it can automatically make a simple look like you did something extra, just like this. Next, I'm going to go in with a loose highlighter, and I'm using this right on my cheek. I do not like to do too much. A little goes a long way with this particular highlighter. And I also did use it on my brow bone, right under the arc of the brows I drew. I did add highlighter on the bridge of my nose, but please, can we end 2020 and using one line of highlighter down our nose? You literally just want to put it at the tip of your nose and just very softly in the middle part of the bridge. Next, I'm going to go into my red lip liner from Zaron. This is the one in red vine, and this is my favorite way to wear a lip stain. If you're ever going to wear a lip stain, I would always advise that you line your entire lips with a red lip liner first before applying a lip stain. And now I'm going to go in with the darker lip stain just to line the edge of my lips. And after doing that, I'm going to go in with a tomato red shade of the same lipstick from the same brand. This is actually a lip stain, and I'm going to use that in the middle part of my lower lip. I think those are looking at the tutorial, you actually figure out how to actually apply this red lip stain. And this is my favorite way to wear lip stains, in all honesty. Whether I'm in a combination, mix it up. You don't just want to rub that lip stain in the middle and leave it there. You definitely want to blend it out. And for blending out, I love to use a lip brush, and I just use it to blend the edges where one lip stain ends and the other begins. I do not want to see that, and I'm just mixing the both of them together to form this very beautiful combination of shades. I honestly absolutely love it. I'm a sucker for red lipsticks, if you don't already know that, then you are new to this channel, okay? Yes, next I take off the scarf because I still was laying my edges, and I put in hairpins, basically just accessorize the hair look. And I think this absolutely took the look from 0 to 100. Okay, it was already on a 100 and now it's on like a 150. I played around with hairpins until I felt they were comfortable and they were giving me the exact vibe I needed. And yes, I did look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that I look good. Because, I mean, look at this beauty. Look at this fine girl. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. I love you guys so much. You're the real MVP. If you enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this, maybe you want me to add a little chit chat to it, we'll come and do some girl talk here, gossip about boys. I got you, okay? Let me know in the comment section. As always, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, gorgeous.